What does it say? An error occurred. Go live.
It's live on.
Okay, we're live. Here goes. What's up, guys? You are now tuned in to Honey's Closet. I'm your host with the most, Honey, and I am with my girl Vixx, who's always in the mix. And you are now tuned in to Honey's Closet, where we talk about any and everything. Tonight we finna. I'm finna piss some people off. Okay.
Oh.
We're gonna talk about vows, like your vows, love, honor, and obey. Do you believe in obeying?
Okay, yes, okay.
Do you believe in obeying? And then so actually our topic is actually gonna stem from our email back question.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're gonna talk about what are your triggers? What triggers you to snap? You know what I'm saying? What triggers you to you know, go to that other, area in your life? Like what makes you upset? What's up, Biggie Beats? What's your triggers? So we're going to talk about that as well. So go grab a cocktail, something to eat, step inside the closet and come sip, chat, and chill with the ladies of Honey's Closet. And and we're on delay here. We're
like just do it.
Ain't nothing working today. Okay.
Nothing. Okay.
Today is not like everything that I'm trying to do is not working. But
the camera's sideways, everything's a problem. Yeah.
Everything's a problem tonight.
Okay.
Which radio station is the hottest?
And if it's sweet like honey,
then I got it. If you don't tune in, then you're wrong. Honey Closet know what's really going on. So tell me something good. You better turn up the volume in every hood. Which clubs really poppin'? Who clothesline rockin'? Which show should I be watching?
Hello? I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Hey, what's up, everybody? You are now tuned in to Honey's Closet. I'm your girl, Honey. This is Vixx, and we are ready to go. So I got a phone call. I don't see your phone. So, no, you didn't. I don't know. Let me look. I'll call you. Where are you calling me from? Vixx, take over.
I don't know what to tell you. You got all the format. You didn't send it to me. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, she found it. Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Bye. Hey, live radio, right? Because my phone I don't even know anybody who has I never give out my home number. So only very few people have my home number, but it kept ringing back to back to back. So I'm like, somebody's trying to call me, and that's my girl CeeLo. She just left here. We were supposed to get tattoos today, and our tattoo artist didn't show up, unfortunately.
What tattoo you getting? Surprise!
I'm gonna add my grandson's name. So I have anklet on I have an anklet, like a tattoo on my ankle that's like my brother's name, and it's like a vine, and it has these roses with my son's name. And I was gonna get my grandchildren's name, and I was gonna get another, some other tattoos I've been wanting to get, my autism logo and some other stuff. So, but he's supposed to be here at 10 o'clock, and we've been waiting since 10 o'clock, and he
didn't call nothing.
No, he ended up texting, I'm running late. And then that was like
running late all the way till 12 hours later, huh?
He was like, okay, you running late, but it's like 12:30. Where you at, my dude? And then he didn't text back till like 3 and saying, oh, it was, I don't know. What? It was shit happened. So,
all right.
So here we are. So then we're watching NASCAR. It's the All-Star race today, and it's still going on. And I'm watching the race. I'm like, oh my God, it's like 6.
Oh, is that what happened? I'm like thinking something really majorly happened. I'm calling, I'm texting. I'm like, okay, what's going on?
No, I was on the phone.
Watching NASCAR. No, you watching NASCAR. You just told me.
I was on the phone and I didn't hear the phone beep. And then when I realized you called, I text you. And then I'm like, it's the All-Star race. I get caught up in NASCAR. But I'm sorry, but we're here. We're on time.
No, we're not, because I don't have my format.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the format out, but
see, there's no excuse for it because you were home.
I was home. There's no excuse. I'm guilty.
Okay, I just want to chew you out a little bit. All right,
You're wrong. I admit it. I did not do everything right today. I've been.
But you know what? I'll give you credit because you always do it on your own, and I just jump in. So you know, and I'll give you a break.
You know, I worked yesterday, and then I had to get my carpet clean, and then today it was just so much, and I'm literally like.
Oh, you worked today? You worked today?
I worked yesterday.
So did I. So did I.
Yeah, I worked yesterday. So, anyways, today our email back question.
All right.
Really is going to linger over to our topic of why are people so afraid of saying honor, love, and obey in their vows? The word obey.
That was cherish, but it's obey.
It's
I must
obey.
skip that word completely.
So people are like, I asked my sis cousin, I'm like, would you? I ain't obeying nobody. I asked CeeLo, or you? I ain't obeying nobody.
That's really what that means.
But we don't. But you have to understand what the word obey means. Exactly. And here's the thing: if you're not willing to say, "I'm gonna love, honor, and obey," don't get married. So I'm gonna don't get married. Don't
Wait a minute. First of all, you got to know like you said, what obey means. It doesn't mean I'm your slave. Do what I tell you.
When you're getting married, you should know that. You should already know. So you shouldn't even say, if somebody says, "Will you marry me?" You shouldn't even say yes if you don't know what the hell your vows mean. You shouldn't even be saying yes.
Man, because people have to talk about
the whole moral of the story is we're getting, based on this email back question, we're getting married for the wrong reasons. And we're so afraid of, I ain't no being no dude. I ain't being no heifer. I ain't being no woman. But you need to. And if you're not going to be your woman, don't freaking get married. Don't get married. Don't get married.
I'm Googling.
What's this? My trigger. Okay. Biggie Beats said, my trigger is people who back into parking. Biggie Beats. So we have this. My car is backed in right now. That is not a trigger. That's just your opinion. That's not a trigger. He has always hated when people back into parking spaces. My car is
what?
Backed in. I don't know why. My car is.
I think guys usually do that. Gangster, right? You got to leave in a hurry. So hey, back in. Okay.
Maybe I'm a gangster. I don't know, but I'm back in. My car is backed in right now. So what are your triggers? And then of course, your vows. Like, are you
okay?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I'm gonna finish reading. I googled it, so I'm gonna see what it means biblically.
Well, we're gonna get into it. So go ahead and do that. We're gonna talk about triggers first. We're gonna go into the email bag question / topic of the night. What are your thoughts on love, honor, and obey? But for the last couple of weeks, I have been challenged with what are your triggers, right? And explaining what it is to have triggers and identifying them and how do you deal with them. And so I came out the other day and I did a live on Facebook and I'm like, what are your triggers? What triggers you? And how do you deal with your triggers? Do you know how to deal with the triggers? Like, do you know what somebody? So here's the thing. You can be in relationships, family, whatever. And people know, you heard the term, people know what buttons to push to piss you off.
We talked about this a little bit at the end of last time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They know, they know what to do to piss you off. So how do you deal with that? Do you know that other people know your triggers? Because other people can study you and say, okay, I know what to do. I know how to do this to trigger her or him to piss them off. And
sometimes they don't know.
No, sometimes you don't know. Other people can pick up your triggers. And
right, but what I'm saying is it depends. Like sometimes you got subconscious triggers that nobody knows about. And so when you say something to you and they think it's innocent and you jump to it depends. Like you said, it depends on if they happen to know and they deliberately, connivingly are trying to do this. You're saying it like as if they are planning on it. This is like their plan to hurt you or to trigger you. I won't say hurt you. I'll say to cause you to be angry or whatever, push your buttons. Now, sometimes people do that. When they're mad, they do vengeful things. Like, you know what? I'm going to do this. You're right. So it just depends.
Do you know your triggers?
Depends on what it is. What triggers about what?
Do you know what triggers you? Do you know what?
Sometimes I'm aware of it, and sometimes I'm not. It has to be brought to my
Right.
attention. Like I have recently been noticing things that make me upset, like when someone tries to constructive criticism, I'm really weird with. And so if you use certain words, it does trigger me. And I have to catch, like, okay, they're not saying that to like down me or be negative. They're giving me some criticism that I need to take. And I'm not good with that. Because I think I know everything most of the time. I don't.
So here's one thing I'm gonna applaud you with, because I'm the same thing. I think I know. Like I know. And
Mhm.
the fact that we can identify with we think we know, right? We think we know. And in reality, nobody knows everything. Nobody knows everything. But you think you know everything. I know exactly what it is. I know this, I know that. But we don't know. We don't really know. But we need to learn how to identify with our triggers. What triggers us? What this tablet's getting on my damn nerves. This is starting to trigger me. Okay. This is triggering me. So I'm gonna give you a couple of my triggers. I have learned that. So I am the kind of person that when I was younger, I was very verbal. You do something to me, I'm gonna tell you right away. Blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna tell you, right? And I learned that's not a good thing. Let me step back. And I started taking stuff in. And people can do stuff, certain people, not everybody can get away with it, but certain people can do stuff, and I take it in and I hold it in. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. And what triggers me is the fact that people feel that they can treat me a certain way and I'm supposed to take it. But when I speak up to for myself, or I am honest about something and it bothers them, then I'm the bad guy. And that triggers me. Why am I not good enough for you to recognize that you've hurt me? Why am I not that important in your fucking life to understand that something that you have done or said has hurt me? But God forbid if I say something as simple as just pass gas. You know what I'm saying? Something as simple as just walk on the other side of the street. Oh, that's so hurtful to you that I'm the bad guy. And that triggers me. So what triggers me is that people don't take they take my kindness for granted. So you think you can punk me because you feel that my love for you or who I am, and I won't say anything to you because who you are to me, you can get away with it and you can just push those buttons. I don't like people who something as simple as me speaking. If I walk out every day and you live next door to me, and every day I walk out and I go, "Good morning, Vicky," and you just rant, "Good morning, Vicky," the next morning, rant. That shit triggers me that you don't speak back and acknowledge. But here's where I have an issue, because my mentality tells me is you trying to front me off or you're disrespecting me, and that pushes my buttons to a reality. You have no respect. You don't even know that you should speak to people, right? You wasn't raised right that way. I was. That triggers me, right? I have been identifying small triggers. I know my big ones, but the small things that trigger me that really set me off, right? I don't like people fronting me off. I don't like people disrespecting me. I don't like people.
But nobody
that,
likes that.
but
Nobody.
yeah, a lot of people can, but certain people can just be like, oh, I hear people to this day, because I discuss with people like, oh, don't bother me. And they don't speak. That bothers me. There's a girl at my
Right, but
job
that
right
you're right,
now.
like you said, that's your trigger, and people
That's not,
don't realize because they don't care. Maybe they're in their own little world. They don't really realize. I'm not deliberately not speaking to her to tick her off. I just don't care to talk because that's my problem.
right.
So yeah, you got to realize that some stuff's not personal. That's just who they are.
And so here's my thing. So maybe you guys can tell me if you're listening. I who is this?
Good evening. Who's that?
Good evening. We don't know who you are. It says Facebook user. Good evening, ladies. Good evening. So there's a girl at my job. Every morning I go to work, I'm talkative. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning. That's me to everybody. Good morning, gorgeous. What's up? This one girl, every time I speak to her, she just
But I love stuff like that. To me, that's funny to me.
She disregards me. But for some reason, but sometimes I have to work with her. And the other day, for the last 2 days, she'll say, Val. And she'll point, stop. You know, it's the way she addresses things to me. And I'm like, what this bitch? Well, she don't know who I am. Like, you know, that's my mentality. Mm-hmm. You know who I am, bitch. You don't be pointing at me, talking about stop. But I'll be like, so every morning I'm like, good morning, China. Good morning. You know, good morning. And it's just like she just goes.
She literally says stop.
No, so something will be going on, and she'll be like, Val, stop, or she'll just say, hey, hold up. First of all, bitch, I ain't hey, hold up. Okay, you acknowledge me and you say, excuse me, Val. You know. So now I'm getting to the point because I'm 54. I'm gonna make these bitches start saying, excuse me, ma'am. Say ma'am, because I know she got to be in her 20s. So now, bitch, you gotta address me as ma'am, right? Now I'm gonna start saying, if you can't speak to me and you got an attitude, it's yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm at that age, bitch. Say ma'am, right? But that triggers me, even as I'm talking. As you can see, that's a trigger. You see my.
Ask you, okay, question. Do you, when people do stuff to you and they trigger you, do you tell them that, hey, you know what? Let me pull you to the side. I'm gonna tell you something. Do you ever tell anybody, listen, this is something I don't like. I'm asking you nicely to not do it.
Hey, Dr. Ron, for some reason it's showing up Facebook user. How are you, Dr. Ron? Dr. Ron, do you have triggers? And tell us, like, am I wrong? So as you're listening, am I wrong for my triggers? Because I don't know how to handle my triggers.
Chris, I don't think you're wrong. We all got triggers.
I would like to know how to fix this Facebook user. Do you know? I do not know, because when I come on, you say Facebook user. What is up? But I'm glad to know it's you. Hey, Liz. So, that's my trigger, right? But I have an issue because my mentality tells me they trying to diss me, and I immediately take the defense. And I feel like I'm wrong for that. Because first of all, nobody has to. When I was younger, my mom would speak to everybody, and she would say, speak to people. And I'm like, Mom, they don't speak back. She said, it doesn't matter. It shows their ignorance, not yours.
Exactly.
Right? But as I get older, I feel like I'm being punked. Like I'm speaking to these little raggedy ass bitches, and they can't say back. You know, I come in, I'm a morning person. When I come in, hey y'all, good morning, gorgeous. Hey y'all, whatever. Bitch, acknowledge me. So that's my acknowledge me. So when you don't, I immediately take defense, and I don't say nothing. And to answer your question, sometimes I don't say nothing.
I mean,
that's the bad part. I need to address it at the moment. Because when I think I'm an overthinker. I overthink everything.
So am I.
Then I get mad. Like, I just let this bitch or whoever punk me. So now I want to go back and say, bitch, you know who I am? You know and that's funny? Not cool. I'm too old for that.
No, but I do the same thing, but I'm a little bit different with it. I'll go and I'll say, excuse me. You know, I said hi.
Hey, sis,
so I kind of front people and stuff like that. Or I'll just keep saying hi till they just say hi back to me, because I just do it every day. I'm a little bit different. I know that's an example, but you know, you got to just understand some people are just ignorant.
So Dr. Right? Says you can only control your emotions.
Your own emotions. Yeah.
Others say or not say not affect you.
Yeah.
And I'm working on that. Just jump on what's in the top. Wait, just jump on what's on the topic.
Just jumped on. Yeah.
Liz, we're talking about right now. What's your triggers? What triggers you? What causes you to erupt? Right? And do you know your triggers? Can you identify your triggers? And then do you know how to control them? So what I'm working on right now is identifying what triggers me and not allowing it to affect me.
You know,
that's where I'm at in my life right now. I'm working on those triggers. And then later on, we're going to talk about vows, love, honor, and obey. People got an issue with obey. If you're not ready to obey your mate, don't get married. Please don't get married. And I'm going to tell you why when we later on in the show. But right now, we're tuned in to Honey's Closet. If you're here, welcome. I'm your girl, Honey. This is Vixx is always in the mix. And we're talking about what's your triggers. So
I will tell the truth. I do, you in a sense, like what you're saying, I do have a problem, a trigger with being ignored, though. I do. But if it's a stranger, I don't care. But like, you're right. If it's somebody, like I can't, if I call somebody and they don't call me back, because I'm a person who, like, I'll acknowledge a person. Like, I don't, if you call me, I don't care how busy, I'll text you and say, hey, I'll call you back in a second. It's like a pet peeve of mine. I have to respond and let you know that I did get your call. Some people are not like that. You know, like my cousin, I'll say, she will not answer the phone because she's in her own world about something. And to me, I just have these blown out arguments with her, because I'm like, why are you so rude? Like, can't you just text me back or call me back? But when you call me, I answer the phone right away. I don't need to give you that much respect then. So I understand in that sense what you're saying. And I have to not let that bother me, because I'll get like pissed, you know? And so, yes. But with strangers, I could care less. So that is one of my
things. I'm some people, LOL. What is that? What you mean, you some people?
I'm some people.
Well,
are you the one that ignores?
She doesn't know. She doesn't call back. She irritates me though. So sometimes I can call her. It take her a week to call back, and that irritates the hell out of me. Yeah. But I know she's busy. She doesn't trigger me though, because I know that she will call me.
It triggers me when somebody that I know
really trigger me, because I'm bad at that too. I can get really busy and forget to call. Like my aunt called me a week ago in Texas. I gotta call her back. I forget.
Did you at least text her?
I don't know if she texts, but I have to call her back, but I've been so busy, so I can't complain about that. But there's certain things I don't like I don't like bullies. I don't like to see people constantly picking on someone, like people ganging up on someone. Mm-hmm. So I'm the person that's going to jump in, no matter who, if they're right or wrong. I'm going to jump in on the underdog side, because I don't like bullies. Don't be bullying somebody that you know you can bully, who may not stand up to you, because I'm going to jump in you, and now we got a problem. So it's identifying your triggers and then dealing with those triggers to make sure that, Shanae says, I'm horrible sometimes at responding and I mean no harm. But so that doesn't bother me. What bothers me, I guess that's Vixx trigger with certain people. For me, if I call somebody and don't call me back, I'm cool with that. Except my brother. I can call my brother, and if he doesn't answer or call me back, I'm totally offended. I'm pissed off, and I'm done. But mine's is speaking to people or acknowledging people and them not acknowledging me back, and that bothers me. Because I'm like, I just wasted some time saying hello, good morning. And when I speak to people, especially at my job, I'm like, good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, how you doing? Like, good morning, queen. How you? Like, I'm uplifting people as I'm speaking. I'm not just speaking, I'm trying to uplift you.
Some people are uncomfortable with
your dragon. Now you're a dragon to me.
Some people are uncomfortable with your energy. Don't you understand that? You're positive and negative,
think of it like this: trying to drive every car on the road from your car. You can only drive your car.
Just spread the energy. That's all you can do. I mean, what they do is what they do. Some people are going to reject positive energy because they're negative energy. That's just the way it is.
So, but my mentality makes me think that I can just go in there and be like, you ain't speak, man, I'm gonna beat you up, right? I can't beat up everybody. They probably whip my ass. I'm old now. I can't, but let me not say that. I don't want nobody to get the wrong impression, because you step to me. I may move slow, but I step hard. Don't come to me with that bull crap. But I just feel like I want us to acknowledge each other and uplift each other. So when I go to work, I'm using work because that's where I go every day. And I'm like, hey, queen, good morning, gorgeous. That's me with everybody. And most people are like, hey, how you doing? Good morning, whatever. But there's one or two who's like, bitch, first of all, you really ain't a queen and you ain't gorgeous. So I just try to uplift you, make you feel good, ho. And you ain't even going like, I just gave you a compliment that you don't even deserve. And you ain't gonna say
they probably needed it. I mean, but some people, like I'm telling you, they're unhappy, they're uncomfortable, they're not used to being complimented, they're not used to being upbeat. They just living in a bad place. But keep doing what you do.
But are there other triggers that you have? And that word is so crazy, triggers, but that's something that somebody pointed out to me. And I'm like, wow, I never looked at my triggers. Like, what are my triggers? Like, what triggers me? There are a lot of things that trigger me to go into that place where I don't like to go. So now the next question to this, the second part to this is, how do you deal with your triggers?
Well, the first thing I would think like you say, you gotta acknowledge them, but you do have to know what they are. Because before me, what was my thing? I couldn't stand for somebody to kind of like not agree with me. Like, you got to agree with me. Like, I'm right. You got to agree with me. And I got to learn how to just say, people are not, they don't think the way you think. You're not right about everything. Everybody has a different opinion, and that's okay. You can't just force people to believe the way you believe something. And I had a hard time with that. I would get into straight arguments, right? Did we not get into straight major? One time you were like, I'm leaving your house because we were in such an argument over something so stupid because I had to be, no, you have to see it my way.
Yeah.
So I had to learn, like, Vicky, you can't do that.
My triggers are when people walk away when I'm trying to have
yes.
conversation. Yeah.
That. Yes. That's so disrespectful.
You be like a grandma by the back of the head, bitch, don't walk.
Exactly. That's very disrespectful, yeah.
So how do you deal with your triggers though? So what I'm learning to do, because here's the bad part of me. One, we have to have accountability for our actions, right? So one of the things that I'm learning to do is step away from the situation, right? Not necessarily the people at work. Like, that's cool. You don't speak, whatever. I'm learning, like, oh, they don't speak, they don't speak. But there's other things that trigger me, and I'm learning to step away from the situation, because my immediate defense is, I'm finna go after you. I'm finna say something to you. I'm gonna acknowledge it. I'm gonna do you like whatever, and then I end up saying things that hurt other people, even though I didn't initiate the problem. Your words, you can't take your words back. You know what I'm saying? When you say something to somebody, that sticks. Even if they forgive you, it sticks, right? And I don't want anybody to be hurt by your mouth. Your words are bullets, right? And I'm a semi-automatic with my mouth. Boom. I'm taking you out.
So what you're going to do? So that's why I said maybe it's better for you to, I mean, I don't know if you try to talk to somebody and let them know that you don't like certain things.
Well, the problem I have,
once you tell somebody something,
I have of telling people something is that, so if I come to somebody and I try to have a conversation and I'm humbling myself to that person, right? And then they come back and say, well,
so this is not what this conversation is about. I'm letting you know what
I don't know how to deal with that
me.
Yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, listen, some people don't know they hurt you. Some people don't know they're doing certain things. Now, once you tell somebody something and they just do it anyway, they don't give a shit, right? So now it's time for another tactic.
And so I don't know how to deal with those tactics. My tactic is to lash out.
Well, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Once you talk to somebody and you say, listen, please don't do this. This is how it makes me feel. I don't want you to do this. Or I don't know if you meant to do it, but this is how it's, what you're doing to me. And let them acknowledge and say, oh, I apologize. Maybe I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I won't do that. I'll work on that. So next time, can you maybe do it this way or say this to me instead? We always got to tell people how we want to be treated. It may not be. Some people don't listen. Sometimes they don't care. And when they don't care, that means you don't need to be around them, period. Because people are toxic. They are. But I think people do deserve an opportunity to apologize, because sometimes I've been accused of things that I didn't realize I had done to somebody. And
okay,
I'm not like that.
So I'm going through that right now, where I'm being accused of hurting someone. I'm not ever going to apologize for what I said, because it wasn't meant to hurt anyone. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it hurt somebody, right?
Wait. What did you just say?
I said I'm going through something right now where I've been accused of saying something that hurt. That
hurt somebody.
Right. I'm not sorry for what I said, because it wasn't intended to hurt them.
But stop right there. Why would you say that you wouldn't apologize to them because it wasn't intended to hurt them?
I just said I'm sorry that it hurt them, but I'm not going to take back what I said. There's a difference. So if I say, I don't like your hair color, right, and it hurt you, my intentions wasn't to hurt you, but I don't like your hair color. So I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh, I didn't mean to say I didn't like your hair color.
Why'd you say anything? So I'm just saying, was it something that needed to be told to them?
If you said to me, right, give me your honest opinion. Mm-hmm. You know what? I dyed my hair, and I dyed my hair green. And what do you think? Well, Vicky, I don't like your hair color.
Okay. So, but it is always about the way you tell somebody something too, right?
So I'm always cautious of how I say something.
Okay.
At least I think I am, right?
Right.
But if you get mad at me like, oh, honey said she didn't like my hair color, she's the worst person on earth, I'm gonna step away from her forever. So I'm gonna come to you and say, my intentions wasn't to hurt you, but I didn't like the hair color.
Did you say all that? Did you say that?
I never was given the opportunity.
Now you see why I said give people the opportunity.
I was never given. I didn't even know I hurt somebody.
Exactly.
I didn't know that after the fact until they left. See, and I have so much anger built up, so this is why these things shouldn't work for me. But I didn't even know I hurted somebody.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you.
So let me ask people this. And I probably shouldn't say this. I'm probably gonna get in trouble, but fuck it. I don't care. Excuse my French. I don't care. I really don't care anymore. Somebody accused, I may have already said this, but my anger and everything that's built up right now is based off of something that I said to somebody I love very much. It wasn't intended to hurt them, but they lashed out at me. Not at me. They never told me. They never said anything. Somebody else told me. And then I seen, so they immediately stepped away from our whole group thing and whatever, right? Which was hurtful to me. And then they said, and I know it was about me, that I am the equivalent of the murderers of George Floyd. They compared me to the murderers of George Floyd with my knee in the neck and the inability to breathe. That is the most hurtful thing anybody's ever said to me that I cared about. You compared me to the fucking murderers of George Floyd, but you're living, walking, going to work, living your life. But I am the equivalent of the murderers of George Floyd. Me.
Okay.
You're living, but you're breathing. George Floyd is dead.
You're right.
Fucking dare you even put yourself in the same category as George Floyd, who is no longer here? Do you know how hurtful that is? To make me out to be the same as the murderers of George Floyd? Nick, I was ready to go. And this is family. You feel me? I'm ready to pull up like this, step outside. I'm ready to drag your motherfucking ass till you can't breathe. How dare you? That hurts me. You see how I'm triggered?
Well, okay. So what I'm saying is, in there now, this is not a comparison, not even like a bit, but I'm just saying that is how they feel of whatever you must have said or did to them. But wait a minute though. Mm-hmm. The point is that's why I say people don't communicate and they don't have enough nerve or patience or whatever it is to tell somebody, listen, something you said to me extremely hurt me. It hurt me extremely, right?
Let me tell you what I said.
But you're saying it doesn't matter what you said.
No, I'm gonna tell you. Let me say what I said.
Okay,
so I can get opinions back.
Okay, but you're missing the point, though.
No, you're not. So I feel like it's out there. I put it out there.
But I'm just saying it don't matter what you said.
Within our family, and somebody had to move, and my only comment was, just move. Give them back.
Well, I understand that. I got you.
Just move.
I got what you're saying.
To a new house, live your life. You're like, just move. That's all I said.
I understand.
Just move. Me saying just move cause you to say I am equivalent to the murders of George Floyd? Bitch, what? Because I can't, and I don't like to play the victim. Because I will be the villain every day, all day, but you ain't gonna like it. I play a hell of a good villain. I'm the best villain you ever. Nigga, Batman, Spider-Man, Killer Man ain't got shit.
Okay, I think the first problem with that is that when you said it, they could have, if you hurt their feelings. Like that's why I said people and all their feelings and all
that. How that hurt somebody's feelings?
It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is it's just the same thing as somebody doing something to you that they think is silly and you're upset about it. It's not acknowledging somebody's feelings. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it means to you. It matters what it means to the person that's being done to. So the same thing if somebody says something to you and you get hurt by it and they're like, what? I just told you that I don't care what you have to say about this conversation and now your feelings is hurt. People don't acknowledge their own wrong with what they're doing because they don't see it that way. They only see it when it hurts them, right? And then
self-righteous.
It's not even that. It's just not being self-aware. It's not being self-aware.
I'm gonna put it out there. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's about communicating with somebody.
I don't care.
It's about communicating with people. You're not listening. You're not listening to me.
I'm listening to you.
You're in
gotta
your
stop
circle
making
zone right now. You're in it.
Listen, people never take, when I do something wrong, people are quick to say, honey did this. People quick to, and I'm like, okay, I did it. When other people do shit wrong, it's always a reason why.
I get it. That's why I'm saying everybody needs to start acknowledging what they do to somebody else. Not just about me, not just about how you hurt me, but what you do to other people. But people need to learn how to express themselves and say, listen, I need to have a conversation with you. Now, after you have the conversation and you tell somebody what they've done to you and they continue to do it, now I see that you are a fucked up person, right? No, I don't want to deal with you no more. But I gave you an opportunity to see what you did. I'm just, that's how I'm made. I will, if I have an argument with somebody, I will come to you and say, listen, I got something I need to discuss with you. This is what you did to me. I didn't like it. Don't do it again.
Well, see, the thing about it, I'm the kind of person that will try to sit down and have a conversation and say, let's talk about it. But I'm never given that. I'm accused, and then they do this.
Well, that's the same thing. What I'm talking about is the same thing with them.
Say, let's go sit down with honey and talk and say, you know what? You said this.
Talking to everybody.
First of all, need to do this. First of all, I'm gonna say this, and I don't give a damn who takes it. For me to say, with the situation that was going on, for me to say just move is not even disrespectful. It's not hurtful.
It's not, but in their opinion, I'll say this. Listen to me. In their opinion, they wanted somebody to support whatever they were going through. They felt like you would probably be on their side. They felt like, how dare you just say
that is on their side.
I know, but they don't feel, people think differently. They want, when people are upset about something, they want a crowd behind them, right? You're supposed to say, you're right. And even though it's ridiculous, but
first of all,
sometimes not to say nothing is the best thing. I'm saying, because some people are sensitive.
Said it wasn't even meant to be disrespectful, but I'm not finna cater to nothing. I'm a woman, so I'm not. I'm not catering to shit that don't have a dick, bitch. I can't the cooch. So I'm not gonna try to make. I'm not gonna rub your breast and make you feel good.
Oh my god! But it's the same. It goes around in a circle. It goes around in a circle. No, we all got our little feelings.
Here's the problem. We all have things.
I definitely need something heavier.
Something so innocent should not be taken. So that innocent comment makes me the.
No, I don't agree with that at all. I think that is way extreme.
Okay, so anyways, another trigger is when I want to solve a problem with you and you don't want to talk it out and want to go to sleep. I'm like, can't sleep without fixing it. We should never ever.
Yeah, that's definitely.
LOL. CeeLo said LOL. Shanae says, listen to understand what Vixx is trying to say. You know what? No, here's the thing. Here's a trigger. It triggers me when people want me to understand the other person's reason.
I'm talking about everybody, not just you.
No, let me finish. Everybody because my sis cousin knows what I'm talking about. They always want me to, because I'm always, because I'm older, maybe. I don't give a damn. Stop trying to make me be the bigger person. Me being the bigger person has gotten me where I'm at today. I'm constantly letting motherfuckers step on me. Everybody, no. Yes, they do. They push, and I'm supposed to keep taking it like your dick is big and my coochie is big. No, I'm like no Vaseline. I'm not. So everybody wants me to be understanding to why this person feels this way. Where is my love?
I'm not talking about you specifically.
But where do people understand? Because somebody told me this one day. Because I'm so strong and I hold my head up that I can take it.
No, that's not fair to say either. That's not fair.
That doesn't mean I don't hurt. So why can't people say, oh, maybe I hurt Val. Let me go reach out to her.
You're right.
I always got to be the one that stands up like a bitch and be like, I'm sorry.
Okay, first of all,
nobody ever comes to me and give me that. So I got to understand what everybody else is saying. Understand what I'm saying. So I'm telling everybody, you, my sis cousin, I love y'all. I don't give a fuck. I'm not taking nobody's side no more. I'm not understanding it until they understand me. Understand that I hurt too. I'm going through shit too.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say to you.
I'm going through, and I take y'all's pain into consideration, and I'm constantly saying, I'm sorry.
But here's the thing. Listen.
No one has ever apologized to me.
Have you asked? Wait. Have you asked or demanded apology?
Why should I? Nobody asked me. When I go
doesn't matter. If you hurt somebody, listen.
Fuck that shit. I don't care.
What
Fuck
did
it.
you hear what I just
Fuck
said?
me.
Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I said?
No, I
Did you
didn't.
hear what I said? Did you hear what I said?
Nothing. No, I didn't.
Have you asked anybody for an apology?
Why should I? Nobody asked me for one.
It doesn't matter. To make your world right,
Nigga, I'm
to
a G.
make
I don't
your
ask somebody
world
for no
right,
apology.
I just
You
told you.
fuck up.
Listen,
It's
listen.
over.
Oh, wait a minute. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
If somebody bothers you or does, it's just like you said to me a minute ago. You said that you did something to somebody and you didn't know you did it. It's the same thing I say. Sometimes I do things I don't realize I'm doing to somebody. If somebody hurts you and makes you upset and makes you feel like the villain, you need to go to somebody and say, listen, I did, and it's specific. It's not every little thing you always do. If you have a problem right then and there when you have that issue, not a whole wait till it gets all built up and you're angry. We're talking about certain things that happen. Say, listen, I didn't like it when you did XYZ to me. It really bothered me. That's it.
I might can come to you. I might can go to my sister's cousin and say that hurted me. And y'all might be like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. But these people, they're never
Then
wrong.
they don't need to be around you. Like I said, that's toxic
here's
people.
My question. Why do I always have to be? Because when I do something,
you're demanding your respect that way.
If I even see a look in your face that I say something, I'm like, you know what, Vixx, I'm sorry. I didn't mean, you know what.
But some people don't see that they did it.
I feel like you should.
Why should they not believe
people?
What,
they don't
have you ever done anything to anybody? Have you ever offended anybody and not known that you've done it? Even I told you before how people always think, oh my God, well, I didn't realize I did that to you. You always assume that people do it on purpose, that people know what they're doing. I told you about that before.
So how about when you know that people never take responsibility for your actions?
Then make them. By telling them, listen, this bothered me. I demand. You don't have to say I demand, but in your own way of coming to them and talking to them about is saying, look, I demand my respect and I demand you to apologize to me. You're not saying, hey, I demand you to apologize, but coming to them and talking to them saying this bothers me gives them an opportunity, like you just said, nobody's given you an opportunity to apologize, right? Now, if they don't apologize face to face, and I'm telling you to your face that you did this to me, now, okay, then you really don't care. It was on purpose. I just need to clarify that in my mind.
No, I'm very aware of when I say things and do things that can be offensive.
Okay, so you know you're doing it.
If I posted on somebody's page.
No, I get that. We're not talking about just that. That's
you don't come on, y'all.
No,
know,
I understand that. I understand that.
And you know when you need to stand up and say, you know what, I might have been wrong. Let me call this
person.
You're
right.
Because I'm always the one that has to reach out and be the bigger person.
Well, hey, you know what?
I'm big.
If you
I ain't that damn big.
If you're in a relationship with them, you will have to continue obviously to do that or something. If you don't, then don't care about it.
I got my kids. That's all I am.
Lord, can I get another drink?
She is saying.
Somebody serve me a real drink.
Cocktail, please.
Woo! I can't.
She is saying in general we are not attacking you. I know you guys are not attacking me. I know that's that Aries. You damn right. I always clear shit up. Sometimes people take shit the wrong way. That's why you have to have the conversation to clear it up.
Thank you. And if they don't acknowledge it, then
so let me tell you something. I've wanted to have a conversation to clear things up, but I'm aware how the conversation would go because I've tried.
You can't do that.
Hold on.
Then you ain't no better.
That's what I'm dealing with. So when I've tried to have the conversation, it went sideways. Every time I'm the bad guy. I need people to understand. I know I'm a big ass Willa bear. People think I'm just Superwoman. Nothing hurts me. I'm just tough. The tougher you are, the more you hurt. Okay. I hurt too. I am hurt by a lot of people right now. There's a lot of bitter in me. I'm honest with you right now. If I was able to pull up on some motherfuckers and just pull them out their house or their car, I would. That's how I feel right now. That's not the right way to be, though. I have a lot of hurt and anger in me because I feel like people disrespect who I am, but I've constantly given them respect.
So I ask you this question.
Of what I do, but nobody ever recognizes what they do. That shit gets old, Vixx.
No, I do think I don't understand what you're saying. I do. But what I'm saying is, like you just said, you have a lot of hurt. So you have things built up, okay? And now it's to the point where you don't have the patience to do it.
Thank you, Mike. Don't do reverse stuff. We all love you. Thank you. I'm not.
I'm just saying
the wine be talking shit. You have to forgive and surrender to God's unchanged. And see, that's another thing, just because I love you, but That's another thing. I'm always the one that has to.
But see, you think you're
I
apologizing.
always have to be the one to forgive. I'm always got to be the one to do
No,
it.
I'm talking
I
about you having,
always
all I
got to
said
be
was
the
having a
one to take it in the
conversation.
ass with no Vaseline. I always
Oh my God, that's not
every
true.
time. I know it's very vulgar, but that's how I feel. I always got to be the one to surrender. You're better than that. You got to do. So, you know what
I'm
that
not
tells
telling you
me?
none of that stuff. I
That
said you need to
tells me-
demand your
Here's my
respect by having a
question.
conversation.
Here's my question to all these comments. Why? And I just want to know. Just tell me. Maybe I'm not worthy of it. Why am I not the recipient of the same thing? Why can't
Because you know why?
somebody else come to me and say, we did her wrong? Why can't
You want me
somebody
to tell you
else come
why?
and say, you know what, honey, we're sorry? Why can't somebody else do those things, especially when I'm innocent? Why do I have to be the one that's constantly giving in? Why?
Can I ask you a
I
question?
don't know.
Let me ask you a question. Can I ask
Yeah,
you a
go
question?
ahead.
Okay. So do
She
you
said, stop being
believe,
bitter. Girl, it ain't gonna never happen.
listen, do you believe that you going to somebody and telling them that they offended you is you giving in?
That's not the problem. The
It is the
problem
problem
is,
because you're not demanding your respect by having a conversation.
so
That's
I
what I'm trying to
try
tell
to
you.
have these conversations, and when I try, it flips out and I back away
So,
because
okay, how are you approaching it?
so when I have the conversation and I speak my piece, then guess what? People are crying. Oh, you hurt my feelings or
But
whatever. But nobody ever thinks that they hurt my feelings because people think Val is a strong superwoman that she doesn't get hurt. She's so tough, whatever. She never
I
gets
think it
hurt.
depends on how
So
you having this
no,
conversation.
no, it's not. And that's just it. You're doing the same thing. It's me. It's how am
I'm not
I
saying
having
it's
a conversation?
you.
Why is it not how they're
Because
having
you're
a
the one who
conversation?
deserves the
You feel me?
respect.
You
That's
don't get it.
why.
I'm
Yes, I
over it.
do.
I
Yes, I
don't care.
do.
Since you
Yes, I
have to
do.
pray on it, let go and let God. Never let anyone change who you are. I'm not. So I backed away. I said, forgive so you can stop giving them power over you. And that's what I'm trying to do. Here's the thing. Now, what I will admit is I'm not there yet. I'm working on being better, not giving the power.
Okay, let me stop you.
Say it hurts me. I'm very, very hurt. It takes a lot to admit, especially on here, that I'm hurt by something. I'm hurt by my brother. I used to hide shit. I don't give a damn. I want them all to come for me. Come for me. So I can let you know what you did. Because as soon as I open my mouth, I'm the bad guy, right? Everybody's telling me, well, you need to do this.
I
Why do
think you're
I
misunderstanding
do it?
me.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I hear what you're saying. You just said, why
You
don't you do? Why don't you say, why don't they do? Why don't
because what I'm trying to say to you is, you know why? Listen.
and say, you know what? Let's talk because we haven't talked in 4 months. And we may have said some things to hurt you. You know why? Because they're never going to say that. They're going to knock on my door and say, you hurt me.
But they have no problem. That's what I'm trying to say. They have no problem telling you that you hurt them. They have no problem doing that. But you have a problem coming to them and telling them that, hey, you know what? Like I said, sometimes people don't realize, like you said, because you're a strong person, they don't realize that it hurts you. So until you tell somebody, hey, this bothers me, I don't like it, don't do it anymore, you
But
have
they're
to
not going to
demand
get
your
it because
respect. It's
people
like
are
with
passive
anything else.
aggressive and self-righteous. They're not going to get it.
Well,
I've
then
already
it's
tried.
okay. At that
Okay,
point, it's okay.
so
At
it
that
is.
point, it's
So
okay.
you
At
said,
that point, it's
what you
okay.
say? That is why you need to talk to everyone about it. I ain't talking about it. I'm over it.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Then that's it.
Chris Pop said, tell him I'm with his boy. Pops used to be a huge Denny Hamlin. He is, I don't know if he still is. And I used to hate Denny Hamlin. Now Denny Hamlin is my boy. So let's go. And the races are right now. I'm listening to talk about this bullshit. Anyways, Vixx is right.
Thank you.
Know how you feel.
And
You
then
know what?
let me stop you because you hurt my feelings. Let me see. This is what
How
I'm
hurt your feelings? I'm
because
sorry.
you just said I'm just like them. Now I could have took that to a whole nother
Because
level.
you know
but
why?
I could have took that to
You
a
know
whole nother
why?
level.
You know why? I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna say what she just said. They may not know how you feel, and I'm calling bullshit on all that because everybody expects me. They know how I feel. You need to know what you do. Why do I? So let me ask y'all a question. And I don't mean to hurt your feelings because I am
really fine.
I love you. I don't mean to hurt nobody's feelings.
I'm fine.
Why am I the only one that see? Am I the only? Because I'm not the smartest. I'm not the brightest star in the sky. So I know when shit is not right. So why is it that they don't know? Why these motherfuckers?
Because some people don't. They are self-absorbed. Do you understand?
Self-righteous, whatever.
They are self-absorbed in their feelings of whatever happened to them. So what I'm saying to you, it doesn't hurt for you to tell somebody. Now, once you tell somebody, like I told you before, and they continue to do it, now you know it's deliberate, and you need to get out of them. You need to get them out of your life. You need to get away from them. But you still got to give people an opportunity to make it right. If you want a relationship with them, if you can carry that, then let the shit go. I'm just saying.
How do I know they know how I feel? It's just because anybody who goes on, first of all, it's just
that is one thing.
So much that I can say that I don't want to say because then I will be hurting people's feelings. But these are intelligent, smart, beautiful people. You know when you do something. So for you to go on somebody's social media and say that I'm the equivalent.
No, that I understand. But that's equivalent to whatever pain they feel, which doesn't excuse it. I don't think that excuses it. I think that was way overboard. And they do owe you an apology for saying something, but they didn't put your name out there either. But that is wrong. They need to retract that and say, you know what? Hey, maybe that was a little harsh. I shouldn't have said it. That is not the same. And I should have never said that. You're right. They should apologize for that.
That's harsh.
It's very, very, it's horrible. It's horrible. Hard. It's not equivalent at all. It's horrible. No, you're right. It's horrible.
You know what I think irritates
that was
me?
Wrong.
This is why I probably, and so I'm apologize now for even speaking on any of this, because honestly, no disrespect to you, my sis Cuzzo, you guys will never know how I feel. It's
I can imagine.
No, hold up.
That's all I can do.
For y'all to say, oh, you should talk to them. You should.
I'm not talking about the specific person.
Nobody ever understands. Maybe honey is really hurt, and maybe you should tell him like this. You know,
if I had them here, if I was able to talk to them, I would tell them that.
Everybody expects me to step up and fix it.
You're taking it wrong. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm not telling it that it's you specifically. I'm saying in general.
Fix it. Let me step up and fix it. Let me step up and say,
if you want respect, let me ask you a question. How are you gonna get your respect?
Bitch, you got me fucked up.
So what you gonna do?
People, I'm good. I mean, I'm hurt.
No, you're not good.
I'm hurt about, well, maybe I'm not good, but me backing off from everybody. And what's going to end up happening is nobody's going to know where Val is at.
And that's not the way to do it.
For me, it might be. It may say,
I'm done. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say.
How do you know I don't even care how they know I feel. I'll tell them. I don't want you to tell them nothing. Not good at all. It's not good at all. It's not good because I know I'm not saying that how I feel is completely correct. But what bothers me is that I feel like everybody knows me and how I am, and everybody knows them and how they are. So I'm more of the I should know better.
I didn't never said that. That's what I'm talking about. You're taking it wrong.
Because they're the innocent fun.
That's not what I said.
Everybody wants to be around, and you need to.
Are you serious right now? Are you really serious?
Tell them that you're hurt, and they're not supposed to acknowledge anything that they do.
I didn't say it. Okay.
Supposed to come to me and say, we need to step up to her and say, you know what, maybe this time we're really wrong and let's reach out to her because she's hurt. Because people don't think that I hurt.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You said people don't think you hurt. If you don't tell people, and I know you think people are just supposed to know, but you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you.
I didn't lose the point. Hey, my beautiful sis. Hey, Venus. No one said that. You know what? It's just, so here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And Mike, it is a lot of drama. Unfortunately, it is a lot of drama. And it's toxic. And when shit is toxic and you partake in toxicity, is how you say it, you become part of the problem. And so I have to learn how to deal with it because really it's not anger, it's pain, right? It's pain. It's pain. And it's more sore with my brother. And I don't care if he listens and sees it, if somebody tells him. It's more of that because I'm getting, every time something happens, everybody expects me to be the bigger person and step out and say something. And I guess my pain is, why am I not worthy for somebody to step out and reach out to me? Why do I have to be the one to always do it?
Because
you will never understand it. You will never understand it because you don't get it. You're not in my shoes. I have to be the one that, why don't you go and say something? Why am I not worthy for somebody to step out and say something to me? Why am I
you
not?
take it. Can I say something to you?
Yes, you can.
Okay. It's not about somebody not stepping
Girl,
up and wanting to apologize or say anything. If I'm trying to get you to understand is that, like I said before, sometimes people don't realize the level or the magnitude of how much they hurt you, right? So what I'm saying is the only reason why I'm saying to reach out to them is not because you have to be the bigger person, but it's because you want to demand your respect. That's what I'm saying. If you're saying you want someone to apologize to you, then you have to demand your respect to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Did you hear anything I just said?
I heard what you said, but I don't.
I want you to tell me what you
demand my respect. I'm a demand my respect. I demand my respect.
You see, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, so listen, we already went over. So here's the thing. Vows, real quickly.
Oh shit.
Liz, you're married. Vixx, you're married. Sis Cuzzo, you're married. Love, honor, and obey. That's the topic. So I got an email from someone who says, I'm due to get married, and my husband wants me to, he wants me to say the vows, love, honor, and obey. And I don't want to say love, honor, and obey. Why do I need to obey him? That's not what I need to do. The problem is that if you're not ready to say love, honor, and obey, don't get married. Ladies, don't get married. Fellas, don't get married. Because love, honor, and obey does not mean that your husband or wife say, get on your four knees and bark. You go, roof, roof. That's not what it means. It means under God's, first of all, you should be getting married under God's law. I'm getting married under God's law, which means you're obeying God in your vows. That's what it means, obeying your vows. I'm obeying God in your vows. I'm obeying God in the vows of my marriage.
And well, there you go.
If you're not ready to do that,
please there you go. Well, but see, that's the point. People get into it saying,
I'm not exactly. What you say?
Don't do it.
Don't do what, sis? Don't do
get
what?
Married.
Don't do what? So you have to say love, honor, and obey.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to obey your vows,
and that's all that means. And so people taking it totally. We got to get past this obey and not want to do what somebody tells you.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. It's not. Don't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It means love, honor, and obey. Obeying God's law. When you get married for the right reasons. Submit to your husband, and your husband
be faithful to your marriage. Those type of things.
Be faithful to your marriage and get married under God's law. Meaning, I'm marrying my mate because I am 100% am in love with him. He is my.
Lord, let me get another drink.
My queen. And we're together forever. This is the man of my dreams.
Okay, you're taking it too far.
No, it's not. That's what, when you get married, when you see why a man takes a wife.
Ooh, I wish I could find that love that you're talking about. Ooh, with all those perfect.
Get married. I'm getting married. You know me, can't find someone honest. But you know what? And it's hard. It works, but
it
does. It goes for men too. And people think it don't go for men. It does go for men. He has to love, honor, and obey you. And it doesn't mean if you say, boy, get on your knees and howl at the moon. No, he ain't got to do that. But he has to obey the vows of our marriage and under God's.
That's what I'm saying. Why do women always say they're not going to obey? Well, if he's saying the same thing, even if you thought he was obeying and do what you tell him to do, then hey, that's okay.
It is a job.
Obey each other. Obey each other.
Marriage is a job. Marriage. So here's what and I'm going to say this. Women going to get mad at me. It's more women than men. Women think, oh, I got him now. I ain't got to do this. I got kids. I got to go to work. I can't come home and cook dinner, have sex with my husband. You better do your damn husband.
Okay, men too. They don't want to take you out and do what they used to do. They don't want to date you the way they used to. They want to get lazy.
Do that too. But here's where you know you're guilty. Here's when you know you're guilty, because as soon as we say something, well, men got to do it too.
You're right. I'm not guilty of that. I'm not. I'm very.
We're talking about men.
What?
It's women too. We're more
women, but men too. Men need to treat us the way they were treating us when they was trying to get us. All that smooth talking and all that mess.
My Venus says, I agree to that. That's a big reason I haven't got married yet. We had issues. We couldn't work out as we were dating. Why go further? Why go further? Why? They say it too. So here's the thing. First of all, when you feel when you think you fall in love, read your Bible. Read what it's about. Read what marriage is about. Find out what love is about. Love is unconditional. Love means I'm gonna love you no matter what. Doesn't matter if you got money or not. Nowadays, men are getting married because she got big titties and a big booty. Girls are getting married because they got two hardcore cars. He's a baller, and he's, you know, he got Benzes and Lamborghini, whatever. We're not getting married because you can look in this person's eyes and say, no matter what, flaws and all, you can look at your mate's eyes and say, I love him, or I love like this. I love him. I love her. I don't care that one eye is bigger than the other. I don't care, you know.
Okay.
I don't care.
One leg. It's
I love them. And I want to spend the rest of my life with them. And it doesn't matter about the money or anything else. I want to spend the rest of my life with them. I desire them.
Well, shoot,
I
nobody be getting
desire
married.
them.
Did
And
you
if
know
you
that,
don't
honey? Nobody.
desire your mate, if you're not like, you know, and you want to be submissive to your husband. But understand, fellas, you have to be a husband. There's a meme that says men want to get, let me find it real quick. Let me find it real quick. It says, marry a man that wants to be a husband, not a man who just wants a wife. You know what that means? Sorry, work too much. Now I don't work and still pay the bills. Where's the medium? The same things you did to get him, you need to do to keep him. Absolutely, sis. You have to. So if you was being a freak and all that, and you know, popping it like this hard and backing it up, you better still be 90 years old backing that shit up if you can. Was he looking at you, or what? Who you talking about? Was he looking at you, or what does that mean? What are you trying to say? But you know, you have to, that's what it has to be. And you have to love, honor, and obey. And those are your vows. And those are the vows under God's law. That's what you have to do. And if you're not willing to say those vows and mean them, please don't get married, because your marriage is not going to work. And understand, there's going to be trials and tribulations. There's going to be heartache. There's going to be some shit that's pissing you off. But you cannot say, I'm mad at her. I don't love her. I'm not going to tell her I love her because I'm mad at her. I'm mad at him. I'm not sleeping with him. You know, whatever. That's
not wearing rings. What about that
yeah,
stuff?
we're not wearing rings. And, you know, that's
today.
not
Gonna wear my
you're
ring.
mad at your husband, but you're still going to lay down with your husband, be submissive, be intimate with him, or have, you know, whatever. And he's going to still love you and tell you he loves you, even though he's mad at you, because I still love you. I'm mad at you, but I love you. And that's what we're not doing. And that's the reason why marriages are not working. That's the reason why. That's why I never got married. But you should get married. You're Mike. I know you. You're a good guy. I remember. So Mike, we used to hang out at this bar called Ziggy's in Fontana, and my grandson's mother was pregnant with him, DJ, and she blew a tire, and we were at Ziggy's, and I said, she called me. I was on the phone with her, and she said she blew a tire on the side of the road in Rialto, and he got up and said, "Let's go, let's go, let's go get her, let's go get her." That's a man, you know what I'm saying? And he's a good guy. I know Mike, good guy. But you deserve a woman who's going to respect you as that. And the women are worse than the men. Unfortunately, women are worse than the men. And it's sad. What's this good stuff? Thank you, Dr. Ron. The women are worse than the men. And that's unfortunate because it makes us all look good. That is you.
Make us all look bad.
I said, we can you pay you with it? No, don't do nothing. Just make sure she's off the road and she's safe. And that was like what, a couple of miles, like a good 20-minute drive from Fontana where we were at to where we're going. But he said, let's go. And so I won't ever forget that. I won't ever forget that, because nobody else was gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So there are good men out there, there are good women out there. Stop looking for material things, women. Stop looking for artificial things, men.
Now, we're not saying we don't want a man with a job. Let's just
no, you want a man with a job.
with something going on. Just to say, when we're not talking about somebody that got to be rich and only reason these are my. But there are people got their own criteria. I don't know. That's a whole nother show about that. So, well, what you're looking for, but yes, people are very superficial these days. So
it's unfortunate, though. It's very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. It's very, 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 very unfortunate that oh my, I just seen something that it's unfortunate. So, if you're watching the show and you're looking and you got questions or you disagree or whatever about, love, honor, and obey, hit us up, honey's closet one at gmail.com. You can respond on here, share this video, let us know what you think. I just think that you need to be willing to accept your vows before you get married. Because if you don't and you're not willing, your marriage is not gonna, I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. And we see way too many divorces these days. Um, when you have it all, you are a lonely person to keep what little you have. And it's unfortunate. I'm in it till death do us part. This is my second marriage, and I tried in my first marriage, but he was not in it like I was, so I called it quits after 19 years. He didn't want to go to marriage counseling nor a marriage retreat, so he wasn't willing to serve the marriage, and that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Because we need to say them, marriage it's not, you can't get married and think it's just going because you say I do, it's just gonna go. Oh my God, it's not gonna work that way. It's not gonna work that way. And it's just unfortunate, but it is what it is. So thank you for tuning in. Any last words, Vixx?
Nothing. No, that's it. I'll save it for next week, I guess.
No, say it now. But next week we ain't talking about this.
Oh, it's not about this, but it's really I just believe there's 3 criteria you need to have with any relationship. It could be a friendship, it could be business, anything. You have to have communication, respect, and honesty. If you are missing even one of those, it's just not gonna work no matter what you do. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe part 2 next week. Maybe part 2. You think so?
Yeah.
What 2 people decide is good for them can work their world to enjoy. Yeah, that's true. Nighttime to get go get you some. Hey, cheers. Love the topics. Thank you, Liz. Hey, Mike, thank you for tuning in.
I got mine left.
Tell Pops I said I love him. Hey, tune in every week right here, Facebook or on our YouTube channel, Honey's Closet TV. You have a topic you want us to discuss, please let us know. We'll be willing to discuss it. If you want to respond to anything, please hit us up. Honey's Closet. Honey's Closet 1 at gmail.com. Let us know what you feel, and and we'll be there. We'll respond. We'll give you everything you need to know. We'll try. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys, everybody, for commenting and joining in. We appreciate all your comments, and until next week, stay blessed. Always stand for something or you fall for anything. Vixx, anything you want to say?
That's it.
That's it. All right. God bless you guys. See you next week.